sucks. I guess yesterday Lilith came out with a new dev feedback. I saw a few videos about this on the YouTubes, and I want to go over some of this stuff. And right now, the first question or statement on here was delay the launch of More Than Gems event for a week, which was not addressed timely enough. This needs to be addressed before it was even asked, because what they were looking for when they asked this from the in-game suggestions that we've gone over previously is that the release timing of the state forum building did not coincide with all kingdoms for all governors to take benefit from the More Than Gems event. So we could just skip right over this one because there's nothing really to go over there. Water under the bridge, done deal. Rip. Give each city a shield after all updates so as to avoid zeros for governors who cannot log in after the update. Thank you for the valuable feedback. After careful deliberation, spoiler alert, that was zero deliberation, we have decided to enable shield for cities in the case of an extended update in the future. That does not apply to regular updates that last the 3 hours. That's only in case we run into that situation where we kept having to try to log in every few hours and every couple hours. It just went on and on. So, number 3, we finally get something that is definitely possible for them to do. But let's read this and we'll get into it. Please add a few choices of color codes for Alliance calendar entries. So we could use various color codes to differentiate between PvE and PvP events. Color coding would make it a lot easier for everyone to see at a glance which days have more important war events. For example, and here's their response. Thank you for the valuable suggestions. We will take this into consideration as we optimize the Alliance calendar interface in the future. That kind of sounds like they just blew it off here. And that's something so small. Just go in there and do it. It's not really going to cost you anything. Go in there and just make this a color code thing. Question 4. More changes possible to city layout, turning buildings clockwise, counterclockwise, extra roads, more decorations, allow us to create our dream city. And let's check out the answer here. We definitely resonate with governors' passion to decorate their cities. We will definitely discuss more ways for governors to individualize their city layout. In the meantime, we encourage governors to always check out our ever-growing collection of special themed ornaments for each festival. Your answer does not say anything about what they wanted, right? They want to create their dream city. They don't give two shits about your themed ornaments here. Why are you bringing up themed ornaments when they want to have more options to customize their city? They are ridiculous with these dev feedbacks. They're none but a bunch of nonsense here. All right, let's get into statement 5. Display a summary session on battle reports where if more fights appear, you'll see the total of troop loss and power loss on one side, and the same stats for the other side as well. Many people are curious about how good they did, for example, in a murder ball. Otherwise, now it takes ages to go through all the reports without an easy answer. The answer is, this is a great suggestion. We have planned to roll out this exact feature in a future update. Alright, so where was the communication on this before now? There's a major problem with this whole statement. We're going to get into this in a little bit more in depth in a minute here. But there is almost no communication from Lilith what is on the horizon for us players. They just kind of throw stuff out there, and I just don't think they really care about their players here. All right, so let's watch a little bit of this video here, and then we'll talk about it a little bit here.
Which is to make it so that reports can actually show a summary of everything that's happened, instead of having to sort through dozens and dozens of small battles to figure it out. So in this video, I'm going to go over...
All right, so you heard he's excited that they took one of his ideas for this and put it in this dev feedback, but I don't see anyone really asking for this. Like, we go through the Discord page all the time, and I have not seen anything about this. So where this came from, I don't know. Maybe it was on a Facebook page. I'm not on Facebook, so I don't really see that. So I just don't know where he's getting it from. And to be so excited over that, like, I get it. They took something that you suggested and they put it in their dev feedback. But this is not something that should, like, be so exciting. Like, there are other things that need to be addressed, and this is not one of them. Right? There are major flaws in the game that players have been asking for and asking for and asking for, and this has not been one of them. Right? This is only helping a few people. All right, so I don't really want to knock him too hard for this. Like, I get it, but he also gives some suggestions himself in this video, and we're gonna skip ahead here, and we're gonna watch another little bit of this video here, and then we'll talk about it a little bit more.
Talk about in future face-to-face with the developers or future Q&As. The first thing I would ask is, would it be possible to reduce the randomness associated with crafting and with armaments? That would be the first thing I would ask.
All right, so right there, he's on the money right there. All right, unfortunately, I'll do a little foreshadowing. Don't get too excited about this. All right, but right there, that is something that should have been suggestion number 1 on the dev feedback. That is something that's on every single Rise of Kingdom player's mind, and it is a continual issue in all their servers, whether it be Discord, in-game chats, Facebook. It is everywhere. Reddit. So, like, I see stuff from around the web, and armaments is the number 1 thing. So right now, for that not to be the number 1 suggestion from the dev feedback is ridiculous and ludicrous, because Lilith should be trying to cater to their customers, not just completely ignore them. If you went to a restaurant and you got seated at a table and you had a waitress keep walking by you, and walking by you, and not taking your drink order or taking your order and not giving you assistance, you would get up and leave. Why are we letting them do that to us? Is unreal. He's going over here, and let's just watch a little bit of this video here.
The developers have already said they're looking at this, so let's look at the next thing that I think I would suggest to the developers, which is, would it be possible to let people pick who they're going to fight for matchmaking in KVK? And, you know, look, there are...
That is a great idea. Let people choose who that they're going to fight in KVK. That would be awesome. Now, they're always talking about they're trying to update the KVKs, do this, do that. But none of that has anything to do with you calling out another kingdom and going to war with them, right? This is Rise of Kingdoms. We go into kingdom versus kingdom. Why don't we have this ability to choose who we fight? Not every kingdom gets along, and I think that one's pretty good, but it's not a super stellar idea. It's not groundbreaking. Most players don't necessarily want to fight specific kingdoms. They just want to play the game. They want to log in and do their stuff. All right, so now let's go over this next one that he's about to get into.
Next thing I've mentioned is something multiple times, but I'll mention it again because maybe this is a video that, you know, you might be listening to, which is that it'd be really nice to lift the help cap. I've been watching my boy Plato Gaming slugging it out in a KVK, all right, in 2268 against 1021 and 1044, and the dude is like runs out of helps. I don't know how he does it in like 6 hours.
All right, so right there, he has a stellar suggestion, but yet we're pumped up over having a summary for reports. Now, when they made a help cap, this was severely detrimental to the quality of life in the game. Now, we need to make this a thing and bring this back, because 6 hours, right, is aiming high. You could run out of helps in a few hours. You only get 1,000. So every time you hit the heal button, 30 helps, right? So 30 helps adds up. You're talking 300 times hitting that help button, which sounds like a lot. But like if you go in and you try to micro heal to try to manage your speed ups and you're healing 50k, 25k troops at a time, you're gonna burn through those, because it only takes you literally a minute in KVK to get your 30 helps, and then you collect your troops and you do it again. So when you talk about 300 helps, that's like 3 hours, 3.5 hours. You'll burn through your 1,000 helps if you're doing micro healing. If you're doing healing at your full hospital capacity, you're gonna burn more speed ups, but you're still gonna use the same amount of helps. It doesn't compute. So as you fight, you should gain more help cap, right? This is just something ridiculous implemented into the game. All right, so he's gonna go over one more thing, or right? It's just more of the same. Like he wants to have 1v1 KVKs, which would be awesome too, because then you could just call out that kingdom that you don't like. But I'm just wondering why he doesn't push for more of this stuff, given his status in the community. So if they're listening to him about the summary reports here, right? Display summary session, like try to push this through more. Like you're gonna have more clout than the average player, and we need someone that's gonna do this for us. All right, there is one more thing that I'd like to go over here, because it is something that should be in the game, is not in the game here. So we'll get into the clip here in a second, and let's discuss this.
Next point of feedback or question is, would it be possible for the Kingdom Exile option to actually work in your home kingdom? Now, today, one rogue player can absolutely, top to bottom, dominate an endgame zone for as long as they want, and there's literally nothing anyone can do about it. And you may think, Chisco, that's crazy, but let me explain how this works. Basically, the rogue player lets themselves get sort of soft zeroed or full zeroed down to having just a hospital capacity worth of troops, or they hide their troops somewhere potentially. But anyways, they get down to being able to make it so that people can hit their city and it doesn't matter. All that happens is their hospital fills up, okay? No dead troops. So the people attacking the city are always getting dead troops. The defender never gets dead troops. And then what they do as the rogue player is they just run around the zone and kill farmers.
All right, so this is an outstanding idea here. This is something that should be able to be done by the king. They should be able to use this exile skill and get these players out of the zone. These rogues go around causing havoc, and it's not good for the game, because if you get frustrated with something, you might end up just walking away. Like, that is something that I don't see them wanting in the game. Like, eventually people just get fed up with this, and they're like, screw it, I'm going to go find a new game. I don't want to see the game die. I want to see the game be developed and be able to be fun for everyone. But they aren't giving people the tools that they need or the things that they want. And I don't understand it. Right? Like, even like, you need to take these videos that these content creators are making and understand that they don't necessarily have your best interests in mind here. Like, he's spitting out ideas here at the end, but that's not the whole point of this video. Look what he's pushing down here. Developers took my feedback, right? But they took your feedback on some nonsense, man. Come on, bro. Start pushing the real stuff like you did here at the end of the video. Some people might not even stick around to watch this part because they just got fed up about how pumped up you are over them taking your summary report. Use your status and actually do something for the Rise of Kingdoms community, right? Like, let's. The whole platform is dying right now. We got to do something about this. I'm sure we all enjoy playing this game, but we need people to go out and start actually doing something. We if you want the game to die, we need to keep doing what we're doing. Now there has been some other stuff out there recently, and let's take a look at this. Creator Omniarch here. And he's gonna go over some stuff here real quick, and we'll just watch a brief clip of this. And let's talk about this.
All this because Lilith has entered the chat, okay? This was an official message. You can see the little check mark over here, posted by the official Rise of Kingdoms Weibo account on the 5th of January. So this was about 3 weeks ago at the time of recording this. And if we do a little bit of translation with the help of Google, we can understand a little bit better what they're actually talking about. Here it says, Rise of Kingdoms character trading micro shop test announcement. Obviously the translation isn't great. I don't know if they are actually calling this the small business stack. I don't actually know what that means, but this is an announcement that they are testing a character trading micro shop. Also, anytime you see the word console, they mean governor, okay? So dear governors, for a long time, the operation team of the Rise of Kingdoms has not supported the third-party character transactions of the governors. This is because the third-party trading market lacks supervision, and incidents of governors being deceived frequently occur. This is true. We've talked a bit about this on our channel. Chistgul also made a video talking about this. Many people have been scammed. It's well known. However, in the many communications between the operation team and the governors, we found that the demand for character trading is a long-standing demand that requires normative guidance. Therefore, we plan to launch the first phase of the official role migration service test. Those with role trading needs, the governors can send the message, and I don't know what this actually says, under the official Rise of Kingdoms account to obtain the address of the micro store to participate in this test.
Basically, what he's going over here is that Lilith knows people are selling their accounts, and they're starting to get involved in this and let players actually sell their accounts. So this would eliminate the scamming that happens when people are selling an account and they just send them like a fake link once they get the money, or they just take the account back because they have the password once they get the money. But basically what this means is that anytime an account goes for sale, right, people are quitting the game. You don't want people selling their accounts. You want people to keep their accounts so that they keep playing this game. And right now it's gotten to the point where so many people are selling accounts that they have to step in because of all the scamming going on. I don't know one person that would go in and put years of time into this to build up an account to sell it and not put any money into it. And what you're selling the account for is not the value of the money that you put into this account or the time. So this is a severe issue, right? Right now, they need to be addressing these flaws in the game that they created. If they don't, this is going to become more and more prevalent, and people are just going to sell their accounts or just ditch them, right? So you might have a new player come into the game, and they're going to look for one of these accounts, and that new player is going to add to the player base, but not really, right? You're still at -1 because you had someone quit, right? And for all these people selling their accounts, to have to step in to help out here, to make it more easy, more streamlined, like that's crazy to me, right? Because I've never been in a game where I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm just gonna sell my account. No, you just quit. here people are so bitter about what they put into this that they're trying to recoup whatever they can from all this time that they invested into this game, right? And they a lot of these players are just sick of getting shit on, because that's all that happens here. People just get shit on over and over. Anyways, that's all I want to go over today, right? I just go check out Omniarch. He's the best one out there. He gives it to you straight. He doesn't try to suck Lilith's little cock, right? He just goes out there and gives it to you. Lilith doesn't really like him either. You know he's spitting the truth here. So just go out, give him a subscribe, throw a couple likes on his videos, right? Just be wary with Chisgle's videos. He might not be thinking it. I'm not saying he doesn't think about the players. I'm just saying, like, his views on what's needed in the game are not the average player's views. All right, Omniarch's more an average player, right? So, like, if you're gonna choose your content creator, choose someone that's more on your level, right? And like I said, Omniarch here, great guy. Go check out a couple of his videos. I'm sure you'll like them. All right, thanks for stopping in. Please throw a like, leave some comments, right? Maybe even subscribe. All right, thanks for stopping in. Thank you.